If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? There's one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. There's another entrance. It's in there already. He was put there after he died. Obviously, the victim must have been placed in the carriage after he was killed.
Objection!
Tell me, my learned friend, what was the function of that obviously in your last statement? Well said, Lord Van Zykes. The obviously is troubling me also. What the frick? Yo, Judge got Van Zykes by accident. Whoops, whoop, 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 whoop. Let's go and correct that. Well said, Lord Van Zykes. The obvious is troubling me also. No. That's really not the point. The point is that the victim must have been moved into the carriage afterwards. Then answer me this. How could a cadaver have been placed inside a moving carriage? Come on, Naruhodo, you're about to turn. Well, obviously. I shall have to penalize the defense heavily for this irrelevant— What?! I must learn to ramble more relevantly. The penalty is evidently not heavy enough, judging from those Neverton eyes. Shall I ask again? If this petty— how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? Obviously, that question is so far. He was in there already. There's another entrance. The door wasn't opened even once. The only explanation is the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection!
I know he came in from the sky roof. I'm getting it, but come on, bro. I wonder when your new fantasy would come up with your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. I think the third question still stands, to be quite honest. Only one side of the enclosed canvas is furnished with a door, the other one only has windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly be opened. In short, there's no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection!
But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that is the door. Another opening, the one which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Alright, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here's the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is the entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? Right there, baby.
Take that!
The answer is obvious. It can only have been through the skylight. I say the skylight.
Objection!
Your ludicrous proposal almost made me lost for words. However,
Objection!
the skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection!
So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Yes, the blood in the cabin. Absolutely, I do. Both Mr. McGill and Mrs. Stroud said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Yes, which was already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from a seat, having been assaulted with a dagger. Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses described? A noise loud enough to cause Mrs. Stroud to let out an involuntary cry. In fact, good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection!
We're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. How could you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you said, passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. Not unless they're the true murderer, Van Zykes. And yet not one person has made mention of such events in their testimony. Yes, that's true, but... Hold it! My humble fella, make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded. To be sure now, the two fellas who sat on the roof that testified afore said none of the victim fallen through the skylight. But, seems to me, my lord, that 'tis not much a case of them not saying, but... Ay. 'Tis a case of being unable to say. What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? What? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof. You mean the one who stuck the knife in the man where... Hold it. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer, you blitherer? You rata, he said, you rata! What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage. I had a good mind to give you a blinker in a moment. I'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker. And me, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could stab that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's, I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right. I protest too about you and you rotted scoundrel. Order, order, order. It's not the time. Order, order. It's not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zykes. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. Accuse? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipotine friend, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You propose to the court that the victims fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their guilt, their criminal guilt. Fuck, I keep messing up these lines. In the most important moment, too. In our British court of law, this is what we termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on that fella. We'll see this matter through now, one way or another. If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Oh, that's spooky. What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay, Mr. First. My lord. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. In reference to the indictment brought upon me a defense. Indictment. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Oh my god, dude, what a fucking intense moment. Refuting the accusation. We'll be the only two people on the roof deck, dead or alive. I could swear to that. If anything had happened when we were sitting, I don't think one or the other would have noticed. one of our other artists would have noticed. In any case, neither of us knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. That Skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We could not possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the Skylight, where's your proof? Wait, is this as simple as presenting the omnibus? Wait. I must say, no, listen, the testimony is somewhat hard to imagine. Okay, either witness had performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. Who says they didn't notice? Who says they ain't working together? That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, this argument falls down if two of you are in collusion with one another. What? According to the investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Heh, well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial's going in our favor with you, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Ah, dear God. Okay, yes, sir, my lord. Is it? This one, like, I said it's so obvious that I should present it. But no, they're not gonna, no, it's not gonna be like that, right? It's not literally gonna be just the omnibus. Fell through the Skylight, where's your proof? Skylight was shut the entire time until you could possibly have opened it. Yeah, going backwards. Her life, I can swear to that. Okay, bucko. I really want to present just the omnibus, but I'm kind of worried. It's like dun 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 dun. No, we won't present it. Alright, let's start pressing though. So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not. Dick it. No question about it, you said? None at all. Oh, but yes, of course, I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin, talking with this man here. Is this true, Mr. McGilden? Dear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself, I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie. Without doubt, you were engaged in... Let me stop right there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? At all? Ah! Tis all but evidence in the court these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. Ah, I saw you with my own eyes. This is going so well. Anything I ever want to sing? I don't think anyone will know this. Yeah, probably. Well, with on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening, it certainly had been quite dark. Perhaps too dark to see clearly? Is this some kind of lark? Is this some kind of joke he said? Is that what this is? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly. Are you fair dinkum, sir? Fair dinkum? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said. It's impossible, I tell you. I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. If you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'll never open them again. They'll just unthaw, bro. Come on. That's pretty extreme. It was extreme, I tell you, and we had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Didn't you Jen would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked? I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. Now, this was a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. 'Tis hardly surprising. Singing things! Sheesh, boys, come out. We reached an impasse here on the particular point. Ah, you. Don't take it personally now, lad. I'm a suspect. If I'm a suspect of this, it's only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition, what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I'd like to be involved in, really.
Hold it!
So you had never met Mr. Three-Fired Mason before? No, El Lume, no, not once, never. He never met the man before, he said, never. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either. That's right, certain hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. Now imagine not. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us are the remotest kind of connection to the gentleman who was inside the cabin. Oh, was it going to be like you all have... Oh, 80%. I tried to press. Mr. McGilden? Yeah, yes, Counsel. What can I be doing you for? Did the witness' last statement give you pause for some thought, just somehow? What did I say? I know what I said. That's fine. Not the remotest connection. Is that right now? I wonder. What are you insinuating now? Mr. Fairplay. Tis been too long, so it has. Eh? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. I beg your pardon. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. At an inconceivable rate of interest, you tricked me. It's extortion. Oh, now, here's the touch of begrudgy, is it? The sort of begrudgy that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another? And young Mr. First. Sir, what can you do? What do you want from me, sir? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about your head? Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, still an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it's a very distinctive design, so it is. Many customers like it. I tell you, they like a distinctive touch. Customers such as Three-Fired Mason. There's a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before, my lord. Oh, hi, yes, this you mean? I can't help thinking that the poor fellow hat looks distinctly familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh. That's one of my hats. There it is. So it seemed the brickmaker was a customer of yours. The sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Well, there's not really nothing more to add. It would have been right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. I rest my case. You little weasel. He's better at this than I am. He's like, gosh, Mr. McGilden certainly has been thorough in his research, hasn't he? So Mr. McGilden's saying, hey, he wants his debt wiped away, and this guy had a beef with Mason. And they kill Mason, first his thing is gone, and they blame it on McGilden. Then his debt goes away because he'll be in jail. Yeah, that's a pretty solid motive. Please don't let me interruptions hold up the proceedings. Awarded hat hunter. Okay, I've been hunting the hats. The Skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it.
Hold it!
Hold it, wait a second. Are you quite certain about that? The Skylight was shut the entire time. I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was in the night. You guys could have closed it. So it is, of course. You fellas' size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it still, you know. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. Hey, hold on there a minute, sir. The size of this thing means nothing. Not at all. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, it broke wind loudly, and I shocked myself with it as it happened. This is, oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, try to open the skylight, you see. But, just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I just went as red as a rogue I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. It's just the point is... the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin shade. Oh, Gina.
Excuse me!
Excuse me! Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade. He opens. Huh? The skylight. It's what we're talking about, right? Oh, the skylight's open. Dead easy. More easily than you can load that weapon? That's a lie. I tell you, otherwise I would have broke wind. Oh my god, the dog's back again. You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh. Look, a few weeks ago I was up on the roof deck of one of them dregs. And at Greyhall, I mean, I had presses coming out of me ears. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I was a bit scared. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, you got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't off the bus and leg it. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch was that these skylights are on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck. Bailiff! I'm up on the rooftop in the omnibus at once and verify the witness's claims. Gah! Don't my hat! Dun dun dun. See? Order. It appears that the streetcar statement is quite true. Can't believe it. The skylight opens, and from the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense. Please continue with the cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate it for myself. Oh, okay, well now here's my proof. So the skylight was fastened shut before. The catch has been undone. We should be able to. We should be able to open it. Can I what? I gotta click on it again, of course. You can certainly see inside the carriage to this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. This is not good for us. Wait, did it update? Oh, do I look up now? Oh, so I'm going to see a Charlie. Yeah, the team did murder. It's horrible. Anytime they ever present something new and it's like, yeah, no, we didn't update the report. That's blood, isn't it? Something wrong? Oh, it's just wild blood stain. So obvious it's on. Yeah, there's nice no mention of it. Suppose this seems a little strange. I have such a bad feeling. Did it update it and I'm stupid? I think I'm stupid about something. Oh, I totally. My bad. I wasn't looking. No, I meant to look at the top of it. I didn't mean to click on the door. My bad. That was on me. Oh, hey, there's blood. It's like... No, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Give me the blood. Certainly see inside the carriage, that's for sure. Yes, there's a lamp in here. I'm sure the witness knows it's not good for us. What? We're gonna get the blood. Frame? Certainly. Did it update and I'm stupid? Bum 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 bum. Guys, of course, you have to look at the blood from inside the frame. From inside the cabin. Because open very wide, isn't it? Wide enough to kick someone like you through. Certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, wide enough to kick someone like you through. Certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. Why someone like me? Ah! Oh, what is it? Look, just here. Look at this. That's without question. It's blood. Why would there be blood stain there? Surely, it can't all be unrelated to the case, can it? There we go. Yes, let's go. If they ever say something new, always check until it says updated. Well, I have my proof right now here. I finally have it. The long and odious journey. Please, end it. On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach.